Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, and I am back again in the AM with another reaction to One Piece, and this is chapter 1136. We back finally. Obviously, there was a lot of breaks, you know, holiday breaks, older breaks, whatever was going on. You already know, towards the end of the year, beginning of the year, there's gonna be breaks in manga in general. But we back nonetheless, man. Last chapter, some interesting stuff in the last one. So, we got to meet a new child from the Elbaf giants, and apparently his father is I guess he's probably an important figure in the One Piece world, whether it's somebody that we already know or know of, or someone that we have yet to meet, obviously. But based off of Ripley, his wife, she was saying how like she was older than him or whatever by a lot. But I feel like that's older, kind of misdirecting it and making it seem like he's somebody that's like in his 30s or 40s or something like that. But in reality, he might be older. He might be like in his 70s or something. So, and apparently he was a great pirate. So a lot of people have been theorizing. Me personally, I think it might be Scopper Gabon from Roger's crew. That's another Roger pirate that we have not met in the present day yet. So that's my prediction right now. But obviously in the background, we got this Shanks clone, twin, whatever, and this other girl that's with him. I'm guessing that they're part of the Holy Knights and whatnot. They came in with the pentagram. So we still got to see where that leads us to. So I'm excited nonetheless, man. Let's get into this chapter, man. 1138 of One Piece, the country that awaits the sun. So let's get into the chapter right about now. All right, I don't know if, you know, I'm doing this. Obviously, I'm recording right now in present time, but I don't know if I'm going to put it on the screen. Sometimes I put the chapters on the screen with a real low opacity, or sometimes I just don't put it because of various reasons. So if you're a person who likes either or, good. But if you don't like either or, then my bad. I'm trying to do my best. But anyway, let's get into this shit, man. All right, so Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine, Pilgrimage, Volume 22, a mysterious hidden base in Udon. It's who's who. It has who's fucking horns and shit. Interesting. So who's made some kind of fucking base there. Interesting. Okay. I went to Miyako-jima over New Year's and chilled out with some karage, chunpuru, and non-alcoholic beer. Living it up like it's already summer. All right, Oda. You know what I'm saying? He having fun over the holiday times and shit in the New Year's. That's what's up. Shout out, Oda. It's so tasty. The moose reminds me of dinosaur meat. That's a crazy ass line, but hey, I mean, it's One Piece. Maybe moose and dinosaur do taste them. I don't know. In real life, would they? Probably not. Maybe in terms of like how it feels, if it's tough or something. I don't know. Even the meat is huge. Pause. That's Oda too. Pause, Oda. Pause. They're quite tricky to catch, as ferocious as they are delicious. Oh yeah, we've seen this guy. What's his name? I forgot his name already, but he was the last part of the chapter. He has a fucking sword in his head. I'm assuming that Loki did this to him, and I believe he was one of the. We've seen him before. We've seen him. I don't know if it was Big Mom's backstory, flashback, or we've seen him before. I just forget where, when, but. Yeah, also we seen Stanson, the giant that was locked up with Rayleigh, so that's pretty cool too. No task is too great if it's for one savior. And that's another reason why I think maybe it is Scopper Gabon that's the child's dad, because of the fact that Rayleigh and him and Stanson were in the prison cell together in Sabaody, and obviously since Rayleigh and Gabon was on the same crew, maybe, you know, some connection there. In terms of just writing, not like characters. I know they probably have never met Stanson and him, but who knows? Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Anyway, Dig Gaga, glad you like it. It's rare for humans to make it all the way to the Sun Realm. Most confuse the underworld for Elbaf proper, for Elbaf proper, and flee before they find their way up here. Okay, right, because the different levels, Sun Realm, the underworld, and heaven or whatever, right? Listen up, the mighty Oars was a warrior legendary even to you giants. He towered over any of you 3 times over, and guess who finally finished him? That's right, it was me. Whoa, way to go, Captain Usopp. No, nigga, no. But once again, till this day, fun fact, for all the people who don't know, it's probably a very unpopular opinion, But the fight with the Straw Hats against Oars is still probably my favorite fight in One Piece. I know that sounds crazy. I can at least say for pre-time skip. Post-time skip, there's a lot of great fights, so I can't like say that off rip. But pre-time skip, that was always my favorite fight. I just love team battles, and that was the first time we really seen the Straw Hats do something like that all together. So that was fire. But anyway, yeah. Wow, your skin really is blue. You should see Fishman Island. There are as many skin tones as there are fish in the sea. I've always wanted to see a mermaid. No shame in that. They're a sight to behold. Mermaid Cove is more exciting than heaven itself. Whoa, that said, my heart soars just as much when I see giant ladies. Oh, Sanji-kun, you're so silly. It's cute. Woohoo, beauties everywhere. I'm getting buried in babes. No, Oda. No, once again, no. And what are you? Who, me? I can answer with my own blues. My, what the heck am I? Dirty, yeah. I guess there's a big, wide world out there. Let's toast to it. I'm surprised so many giants have never gone out to sea. Yeah, I kind of assumed they were all pirates. Yeah, not me, Tasso. I want to apologize to you and this other Straw Hat about before. Is that Rhodey? He ain't going to be forgiven that easily, but beating a proper apology out of him was the least we could do. Gerd Tasso's sadistic side really makes my heart flutter. Don't sweat it. It's not like anyone died. Although that's only because Usopp stopped me. If he didn't, it would have been your head. Damn, Zoro, chill. Ooh, die. Roto, yeah. Don't tell me you picked a fight without checking their current bounties. You never stood a chance, exactly. Don't hold back next time. Gerd Tasso. She's so harsh, I can't get enough. Come on, everyone born here on Elbaf shares the same dream. To become the next sun god and rule the world. Yeah, what's up with their whole sun god thing? Like, why is it that Luffy, we know Luffy is a sun god, so why are the Elbafians the ones who claim that title or trying to claim that title? Was Joy Boy of the past, was he actually a giant? Because I know that was a big theory for a lot of people. So I don't know. I really don't know. I think it kind of throws us off that we seen that silhouette and that flashback of him talking to, what was the robot's name? Damn, why I forget the robot's name already? Damn, I forgot his name. But y'all know I'm talking about the robot in Egghead Island. But the fact that he was smaller in that flashback, unless he had like his devil fruit at the time, he's able to go big and small. I don't know, but interesting. Sun God? Are you kidding me? The Sun God isn't a ruler. That's right. He's the god of liberation. More like destruction. You're wrong. Everyone knows he was the god of laughter. It's getting rowdy. What's this about? A god? The sacred Harley texts have been passed down for generations in Elbaf. The legends are written in an archaic language, so there have been countless interpretations. No one can say for sure which translation is accurate, and this is the result. According to the Harley text, the world has already been destroyed twice before, and the name of sun god Nika is invoked after each instance. Okay, Nika, who can say if he was the world savior or the great destroyer who brought it crashing down? All we know for sure is that he heralds great change. That's why the rulers of the day always tend to fear Nika's return. Nika. Okay, so we've seen the silhouette of him. Very, very much Luffy, like very rubbery or qualities of rubber, not necessarily rubber, because now we know that Nika's about imagination, how he can like form his body into, freedom. It's all about freedom and stuff. But he has long hair. You see the clouds, or I think it's long hair. Is it long hair and clouds, or is it clouds with just the hair? Yeah, it is clouds, then the hair. He has a dagger and he has a shield. I wonder if Luffy will get that, or if that's symbolism for like his crew, maybe like Zoro being the sword and then the shield being, I don't know, the straw hat. The shield does have how many little things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 9. How many straw hats? Hold on. It's Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, Frankie, Jinbei. It's 9 members of the Straw Hats. Does that symbolize? I mean, I don't know if you were to count necessarily Luffy, since he's right there, you know what I'm saying? Like he's there. I don't know if you count that. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think, because I'm on my One Piece theorizing shit. All right, god damn it. But this is a fire panel, by the way, though. I like how the silhouette looks and everything. That's pretty fire. That's really fire. I like that. That's the guy Bonnie mentioned. Yes, the sun god has become a symbol. Someone the hopeless and desperate turn for salvation. They say Nika is adorned by white clouds, with white hair and white clothes to boot, and he is said to have a contagious, booming laugh. Luffy. No wonder everyone's been saying I look similar, but I'm sure he's got nothing to do with me. Don't be so dismissive, Straw Hat. You understand if you were born on Elbaf. You'd understand if you were born on Elbaf. We all look up to Nika, not to defend Rodo, but he wasn't lying about us all sharing the same dream. Loki was the same. I believe his motive for Harold's murder was his attempt to follow in Nika's footsteps. Nothing can justify what he did, Elder. So I'm guessing that Loki took the interpretation of the Harley text as like the destroyer, right? Because, I mean, look at this nigga. This nigga's crazy, right? So I'm assuming that he thought by doing that, getting the fruit, that he'll become the warrior of, or the god of destruction, essentially, right? While Luffy is the one of liberation. Once again, I really like Loki's character, and I like the fact that him and Luffy have some kind of parallel. This is a very brand new character, and he already has this much of a big parallel and juxtaposition with Luffy. That's different. I don't think I've seen that a lot. Usually when you get this kind of dynamic between like an antagonist and a protagonist, you'll get it really early in the series. This is way later. This is in the final stretch, the final saga of this series, you know, or supposedly. So I will say it's pretty ballsy and bold of Oda, but I think it worked. Personally, I'm fucking with it a lot. Loki. So he's a good guy. No way in hell. He's a cursed prince. There was a prophecy before Loki was born that foretold that King Harold will be slain by his son. Okay. Then shortly after his birth, the royal steed, the horse of fortune, died. What the fuck? That was the same year that Lin murdered the legendary hero Joru. Oh shit, really? Damn. Elbaf was going through some shit at the time when he was born. That happened. Loki reminds me of Broly. He reminds me of Broly, like just being born and just a whole bunch of cursed shit just ends up happening. Not necessarily with Broly, but he was just a destructor, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, and the tragedies kept coming. A year later, the queen herself passed on. Okay, so we had the queen. What was her name? The princeling would go on to use his natural strength to make the realm of the dead his own personal playground. He killed many of those ferocious beasts and tamed the rest. He even released a few into the villages, and that was all by the age of 10. Yeah, he was on Damon Time since he was fucking 10. God damn, Loki. He was an arsonist. Loki's mischief endangered countless lives. Look at him laughing. He is crazy as fuck. He had the authority of a prince and a malicious personality. He caused hell within the king whenever the king wasn't looking. Then finally, in that very castle, Loki killed King Harold, the greatest monarch Elbaf ever knew, a splendid wise man who tried to connect with the outside world. I wonder if there's more to that, because so far this is like the third time that we've heard about that. I think second or third time. I wonder if there's something different, because you know One Piece always changes, like Oda always changes things once we learn more and more stuff throughout an arc. Maybe his father did it on, like he let him do it in some kind of way, especially since it was a prophecy, right? If it was already a prophecy that he was going to slay him, the King Harold will already have known that. So did he allow it to just happen and just allow fate to do what fate did, or was he the one that kind of technically orchestrated it so that I don't know. That's really interesting to think about as well. This chapter got me thinking about a lot of different things, but let me continue. A splendid wise man who tried to connect the outside world to get people to see beyond Elbaf's feared reputation as a land of warriors. Lord Jarl was stabbed trying to stop Loki. Yeah, exactly. So he was stabbed in the goddamn head. My helmet saved me in the end. It didn't save anything. Yeah, that shit went through your head, gang. How the hell? It must have blocked out some part of your brain or some shit. I don't know. Loki's reign of terror finally came to an end 6 years ago, and he was running amok at sea when Red-Haired captured him. Shanks, that's crazy. But I'm sure his team, yeah, it probably took Shanks' whole squad to get him down. That's probably what made his crew renowned, aside from maybe his lineage, the fact that they were able to do that to Loki, since Loki seems like he's a big threat, like a top 15 in the verse, probably pushing top 10 in the verse in the strength, you know. Shanks really came here? Yeah, in fact, he was just here earlier. I'm not sure where he went off to, though. Look at Zoro. Why does Zoro have that? I always like, Zoro's always done shit like that. I always like that. I always like when characters in series do that. When they're like kind of suspicious of something or kind of like You know, listening in. Village outskirts. I thought you were acting weirdly on edge earlier. That explains it. You realize he's a reveled Kingslayer, right? Everything he told you was obviously just a lie. He said he knew where Shanks was. Do you have any idea how badly I want to see him again? Of course. So now Zoro's talking to him like, nigga, bro. Don't believe him. I like this panel, by the way, though. Yes, I've heard about it 1,000 times. Sounds to me like he was using that trick to you. Use that to trick you. You would, how would you know? You've never met Loki yourself. I haven't met. I'm just guessing based on his reputation. I'll tell you everything I know. That includes Red Hair's current whereabouts. If that was a lie, if that was really a lie, I'm going to send him flying. We'll see, though. That's interesting because he's definitely probably lying to your ass and he's going to lead you somewhere crazy. If you're sneaking off to do what I think you are, did you seriously expect to find your way there without me? Not me. Listen, listen up, Luffy. We'll get the key, but if he pulls anything funny, we'll have to take care of him. Got it. Thanks. They gotta go with their leader, with Luffy, but they captain, but nigga, Luffy, bro, no. Why is this guy here? He's my new slave. I'm truly blessed. Wow. Don't forget, I'm her #1 slave and Sanji's #2. Wow. What the fuck? So we got fucking Zeus, a slave, Rhodey, a slave, and Sanji, a slave. What the fuck? Dude, strong girls really get my blood pumping. He's been struck by lightning, literally. Namitaso, isn't it neat how we're both navigators? Don't ever try to get close to me again. Yes, man. It feels wrong for the guests of honor to bail so early. Shit. Don't worry, I brought some meat. Have you tried this moose? They're all in drunken stupor now. They probably can't remember what they're celebrating. Say, if all the treasure in the castle suddenly disappeared, would that be a problem, Rodo? My vision is awful, so I'm sure I wouldn't even notice. Nami, you had this in mind since the beginning, didn't you, Nami? Your eyes, yep. Money. Go back to the castle. Dogaga, haha. So what's with it? Realm of the dead. Doga, ha. If I understood you correctly, then I'm afraid I'll have to step back and refuse your offer. I'm sure it's an honor to be invited to join your noble knights, so they pulled up to him. Whoa, so when Luffy, whoa, wait a minute. Okay, well, I know the chapter's probably about to end here, so I'm gonna wait for a second, all right? But that would make you celestial dragons, right? Do you really expect anyone on the planet to willingly scum like that? Do we have any intel? All the informants we sent to Elbaf reported a giant crow heading for them before the transmissions cut off. Oh shit, their weakness is beyond belief. Wait a minute. A giant crow, are they talking about Karusu? I remember, I've seen people say that Karusu, or not Karusu, but I've seen people predict that dragon and that they was gonna come. Interesting. And Revs, I'm done just standing by and listening. This is the definition of impertinence. I won't let it stand. She got 2 colored eyes. Don't be hasty, Gunko. Okay, her name is Gunko. Grrr. God's Knight Gunko. Gaga. Eat him up, Wolf. Hey, stay back if you want to keep breathing. Okay, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck she just do? What the fuck? I don't know what she did. Huh? Hey, Wolf. Whoa, she choking it out. What the fuck? If we were to spare him, would you change your mind then? Grr. So that's how you operate, huh? Well, if that was your offer, I'd accept my friend's fate and wish him peace and death. Wow. It's okay to grieve and rage, but a warrior never kicks and screams in the face of death. I'll swallow all my fury and use it to fuel me when I reduce this world to rubble. Oh my God. A proud proclamation. This nigga is crazy. But I fuck with him. I fuck with him a lot. I like this kind of antagonist. It's something I've been waiting on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so going back to the Shanks. So the Shanks clone, twin, whatever, and then this girl, Gunko, the God's Knights. It's interesting because obviously Luffy's going to come here. He's going to end up seeing Shanks, even though it's not Shanks. And then Loki. That's interesting. And then Loki, obviously he's going to get out. Interesting that Zoro obviously is with him, right? You got Zoro with him, and Nami and Rodo, but the reason why I'm thinking about it, because the God's Knights, I always thought about them having like swords and shit, because I mean, we see Garland with a sword, so I'm assuming that a lot of them have swords. I've had this theory that Shanks and Mihawk were both God's Knights, or at least Shanks, I mean, given that this is his brother, technically he would have, or he has some kind of affiliation to some degree. But I thought Mihawk definitely was a part of the God Knights before. That's why he was so renowned and whatnot. And he was probably like the leader at one point. Then he ended up stopping, didn't want to be the leader, and then he left. And then Shanks' brother or whoever, or maybe it's somebody else that's the leader, but I think it's probably Shanks' twin or whatever that's the leader here, right? So I just find it interesting that Zoro's coming here, because he's going to be here with, you know, this is where Mihawk was from or something. So I think that's what we're setting up here in a way. But really unique in general, though. Really unique chapter. A lot of things to think about, like with the whole Warrior of Liberation with Luffy, with, you know, being Sun God Nika and whatnot early on in the chapter. And then Loki having the other interpretation. He's trying to go down that route. And then these guys here that's going to end up releasing them. But Loki is crazy. I really want to know how far he's going to get when it comes to like the destruction of whatever, of everything, right? Like, I wonder, is he going to be like, are we going to end up stopping him before we get to the final war? Or is he coming with us to the final war to just establish this is another person? And I think this is Oda's way of pretty much getting another big player on the battlefield, you know, because in terms of like antagonists, who the fuck do we got? We got the Gorosei, we got the Holy Knights, we got the Marines, you know, certain ones and whatnot. But I'm talking about like real notable people. So that's like another notable name you could put out there is Loki, that can change the entire battlefield himself. So that's really unique. I wonder how that's all going to go down and what happens here. The fact that they said that a big crow intercepted the information, I'm assuming that has to be Kadusu, and that the revolutionaries might end up coming here too, which would be pretty fucking fire as well. Because we know Oda's been moving a lot differently now. Once we got to Egghead, he's been doing multiple plot lines at the same time and shit. So I'm excited for that. But let me know down below how you guys felt about this chapter, how you felt about my reaction, and let me know any theories or predictions you got down below for the next chapter or the next few chapters. But with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good one. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video, and peace.